Welcome back, everyone. This is Dogecast. I am Vin. It is June 7th. Let's talk about Dogecoin. Now, right away, we're going to start looking at this chart because I know if you're a Dogecoin holder, you're looking into it and you've been following it today, you've noticed that today hasn't been the greatest of days and you're looking for explanation. That's one of the great reasons about subscribing to this channel and being a part of this channel is because we're going to go through this each day, especially when we see things like this. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is going on here. I'm going to compare it to what's going on with Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm going to share with you some bad news, but it's actually really good news, and then some other good news about Dogecoin. But first, let's go ahead and talk about this chart. So you guys can see as of 4/17, the recording of this video on June 7th, Dogecoin is down 4.5%. Okay. And it dipped way down. You know, it even came down almost 6% at a portion of the day, then came up, then came down. Now it's kind of coming up again. So what is going on? Well, let me explain it this way, because there's a lot of people out there on YouTube and they'll show you flagpole charts and they'll show you upper and lower bars and stuff like that. It doesn't really work, just so you know. It only works after something happens and then they go back and then they prove how it worked. It doesn't really work. So when it comes to a crypto asset, the best way to judge it is by just getting to know it. Like I said, Dogecoin is volatile. It's in its childhood stages right now. You need to get to know Dogecoin and what it's like and what it can do and what it won't do. And we learn more about that every day. And I've been learning more about that as I've been invested in it and following in it. When it comes to crypto assets, there's only a few things that really move them because this is not a stock and it's not a company. It doesn't have a product. Dogecoin's not coming out with the iPhone 26 at some point. Okay. So because of that, its financials, its quarterly reports isn't going to dictate what it does. So what's going to dictate what it does? Well, a few things are either a bear or a bull market when it comes to crypto assets. When the entirety of the crypto asset market is in a bull market, it goes nuts. And I mean, we're talking about within a few month period, you can be up thousands of percent. We've seen it over and over again. It has precedent to it. It's been shown reliable to happen. Also, these things can hit bear markets where they go significantly down, and they can go down quite significantly. They can cut in half. They can even go lower than that. So that can move crypto assets. The other thing that can move crypto assets is either good news or bad news. Okay. So if you hear that Dogecoin and Ethereum genuinely are uniting and joining forces to work together, that would be amazingly good news. If you hear that Tesla is going to be accepting Dogecoin officially, that would be good news. Any good news is going to push it up. Bad news could be anything. Could be greater regulation on crypto assets and it just pushes it down, or there's been a security threat to Dogecoin that would push it down. So good or bad news also would shift Dogecoin. The other thing that would do it too is what I call consolidation. And within consolidation, you also have the impact of what I'm going to call paper hands. And paper hands is actually an official term when it comes to stocks and crypto assets. And I think what's going on with Dogecoin right now is a little bit of news that deals with Bitcoin, not really Dogecoin, and a lot of paper hand activity consolidation. And this is what I mean. Over the last couple of days, let's go to the couple of day chart. You can see here starting on June 5th and even on June 4th a little bit, we entered into 2 or 3 days of just nothing happening here, right? I mean, it just hovered right around that 0.3771, 0.377, and it stayed there. And actually, Dogecoin became kind of boring for a while. It was actually, I told my wife, I was like, this is the most boring I've ever seen Dogecoin. It's usually volatile. As a child, it's almost like the child went to sleep for the last couple of days. And I think what happened as the child went to sleep, we have individuals who have bought Dogecoin who are paper hands, and they're looking for this to do something amazing. They're looking for Dogecoin to skyrocket off to the moon like we've heard, right? I believe Dogecoin will. But if you're a long-term investor, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, Dogecoin 10 years from now, how is Dogecoin 10 years from now not $30 or $40 or $50 or $60 or $100? In my opinion, I see it happening. But that's a long-term investor. If someone's looking for Dogecoin in 3 days to go to $50, it's just not going to happen. And so after 3 days of Dogecoin being sleepy and just staying steady and just sort of consolidating down, I think today some people got a little antsy on a Monday. We're getting back to business as usual. It's a Monday. And they started selling off. They're like, you know what, whatever. This is not doing what I thought. Here, just sell, sell, sell. And then all of a sudden it starts selling. And then you have other paper hands who are like, oh my goodness, it's going down. I don't want to be, I'm sell, sell, sell. And then all of a sudden you kind of get so many people who are just selling off because they want to see Doge. Now, in addition, you're going to get consolidating, which means, so it's going to consolidate down, but you're also going to get people buying into it who are going to be long-term investors, or the people who already have Dogecoin who are seeing an opportunity to buy back. That's just something that I would do, and many of you would do as well. I didn't buy back today because I've already bought in at this level. So I bought in at this level a few days back, but if it went down to 30 cents, I personally would buy back in. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. You need to do what's best for you. I'm just going to share with you my thinking on it because I'm not in Doge for a week or 2 months or 3 months. I'm in Doge for years. So I'm looking at these levels going, if I buy in now and it keeps falling, it's not a big problem because I can shut Doge down for 3 years and look at it 3 years from now and know Doge is not going to be 6 cents 3 years from now. So what's going on is the paper hands are selling. It's consolidating down. People are buying into it who are long-term investors, and eventually it's going to push back up. But actually where it is right now, even though it's down 5% at 35 cents, that's really not that bad. A week ago, we were lower than this. We were at 31 cents. We were even at 28 cents a week ago, right? 29 cents. Look at this. Even go back to May 25th, it was only 34 cents. And you go back to May 23rd, it was 29. So it's actually higher than it's been within the last at least, few weeks until it was really up there and it kind of made that major downturn. So it's not really terrible. But it is consolidating down because paper hands are selling out of it. In addition, there was a little bit of bad news that I can show you right now, which came out from Market Watch here. Bitcoin faces fresh scrutiny as police call for new powers to freeze crypto assets in the UK. So maybe this is a little bit of bad news for the crypto market entirely because, anything that happens to Bitcoin, affects the entire crypto market. So when the UK says they're going to be cracking down on and freezing crypto assets, that could be an issue. But this bad news actually isn't that bad because if you go down the article and you read the quote here, it says, the conversations we're having is about how we align cryptocurrency to the same kind of approach that we have about cash-based criminality, said Mick Gallagher. That's his name, Mick Gallagher, Detective Chief Superintendent at Scotland Yard's Central Specialist Crime Command, to the Times. Cryptocurrency is invisible. It's instant. It goes around the world. It's not tangible. So what they want to do is they want to give the same standards to cryptocurrency that they give to cash. So although this seems like bad news initially, it's actually not, because it's basically the world governments trying to institute a system by which cryptocurrency can be used under the rules, whatever rules the countries want to make. So they could just basically eliminate cryptocurrency if they wanted to, but they're not. They're saying, okay, people are using it, people are trading it, but let's try to put it within some sort of a system where we can regulate it a little bit. Now, we don't want to over-regulate cryptocurrency. That wouldn't be great, but they want to regulate it to a degree so that they can cut back on any sort of criminality that is occurring with it. And I'm fine with that. That actually shows me that the governments are sort of adopting cryptocurrency to a degree. So bad news, not so bad. But I think that affected it as well, along with the paper hands. So let's go ahead and compare Doge to Ethereum and Bitcoin today. You can see Doge is down about 5%. Ethereum is down about 2%. So, and Ethereum started way up today. It actually went up 2%. So Ethereum has fallen 5.5%. Basically from its high, essentially. So Ethereum has gone down quite a bit as well, and Bitcoin is down 2.5%, moving towards 3%. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are both down. Doge is down the most. I think Doge has more paper hands in it than Ethereum and Bitcoin have, because Ethereum and Bitcoin have been a little bit more matured than Doge has. Doge has a lot of very new investors in it, and so that's going to dictate it pulling back. But it also dictates it pushing up much faster as well. So, when it's worse, it's way worse usually for Doge, but when it's better, it's usually way better. In the good news for Doge, we did see here that Alpha Cash is now supporting Dogecoin. If you want to know what Alpha Cash is, it's basically a store to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, and this is specifically going to be doing so against the euro. So basically, if you want to sort of exchange out Doge with the euro, Alpha Cash now supports Doge, which it didn't previously, so that's really good news. And this is the report on it. I love this Elon Musk, right? This is way back in July 17th, 2020. It's inevitable. The Dogecoin standard, the global financial system, right? And so I expect in the next upcoming years for really good news to come out. Yes, we're going to have to weather the storm today. So here is what you should be doing in the future, okay? So obviously we're not looking great now. So there's some possibilities. Possibility number one, it shoots back up towards the end of the day, which has happened before. We've seen that precedent occur where basically it goes down and then eventually people are like, all right, I'm going to buy in. I want to get a good price on it. If it doesn't do that, if it settles down, that's fine. We'll wait till it settles down and we'll wait till the push back up. But what if it keeps going lower? I mean, that's scary, right? It keeps going lower. If it keeps going lower, I don't see Doge being able to dip below 30 cents really. If it hits 29 cents, I think there's so many people who are so interested in investing in this coin because they see the 3, 4, 5-year potential to Dogecoin. I mean, I'm talking like you buy things on Amazon with Dogecoin. That's what I'm talking about. We already know that there's countries out there that are now starting to put into place adopting Bitcoin as a currency to be used. This is actually happening. And Dogecoin, it would be just around the corner, along with other crypto assets as well that are at least in the upper tier. And Doge is. It's been in the top 5 at this point. So, if it goes down to 30, I'm probably a buyer. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. You do what you want to do. I don't see how it really dips below that, though. If it hits 29, it's just going to shoot back up. People are just going to invest right back into this thing. So this is volatile. Remember, this is a immature crypto asset. But the thing is, when it comes to this sort of stuff, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. If you're looking for a pretty good reward, then you're going to have to invest in something that's a pretty big risk. And right now, is Doge a pretty big risk? It still is. It really is. I mean, but that's why there's so much potential behind it. So if you want to invest in something that just stays steady, you can do that. Those sort of stocks exist. This isn't one of them, but I just see so much good behind this. And I'm thinking that the co-creators of Doge and Ethereum, along with Elon Musk and other crypto security experts, including blockchain experts, are working behind the scenes to come out with almost like a Doge 2.0, better security systems, probably combining the technologies of different crypto assets together. And I'm seeing good news coming down the line with Tesla adopting it and other companies, corporations, including countries adopting crypto assets. So really, the news in the future looks great, especially when we're talking years. But right now, there's volatility. You just got to hold strong, hold tight, buy as it drops, and wait for it to push back up. That's what I'm doing, and that's my report for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the day. As always, I will catch you next time.